Hello, my wonderful humans. Today we are going over claim again. So, just a quick reminder before we get into today's activity. A claim is always I need you to say it at home. A claim is always an opinion. Thank you. We write a clear claim in order to answer a question. Your claim always must be a complete sentence. Friends, we are in middle school. I should not have to remind you to start your sentences with a capital and end them with a period. So you're always writing in complete sentences. That includes our claim and our reasoning also. And your claim may not include the phrases I think, I feel, I believe, in my opinion, or my claim is. You cannot start with those. If you start with those, that makes you a weak writer. We are not weak writers. Also, your claim may not have because. As soon as you put the word because in your claim, it becomes reasoning. And we don't want reasoning. All we want is a claim. Okay, so with that said, if you don't have this paper, then you are going to do this digitally online, but you should have this paper from class. Follow along with me as we read our objective. I can write clear claims and support them with relevant reasoning. Here's our directions. For each of the scenarios or questions below, write a clear claim. Then, support it with at least 2 sentences of relevant reasoning. At the end, create your own scenario or question, then write a clear claim and support it with relevant reasoning. So 1 through 3 we'll do together as a class. 4, 5, 6 you would in theory do with your small group, but if you were not here in class, then you're going to have to do that by yourself also. And 7 through 10, again, you are doing by yourself. Okay, so scenario number 1, should toilet paper hang over or under the roll? Well, in my opinion, toilet paper should hang over the roll. So I'm going to write, in my opinion, toilet paper should hang over the roll. Oh no! Wait a minute. I just remembered. We can't say, in my opinion. Oh my gosh. So we need to fix this. So instead of saying, in my opinion, can I just erase that and get rid of it? And then my claim would be, toilet paper should hang over the roll? Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. There we go. I have a clear claim. Toilet paper should hang over the roll, period. I have no explanation. I have no reasoning. All I have done is I have answered the question, which is the whole point of a claim. All you need to do is answer the question, and that's it. So now we need our 2 sentences of reasoning. So I'm going to say toilet paper should hang over the roll because it makes it easier to grab. Uh-oh. Remember, our claim and our reasoning is going to be kind of like a paragraph. So let's read it together and see how that sounds. Toilet paper should hang over the roll. Toilet paper should hang over the roll because it makes it easier to grab. I have said the same thing twice. I don't want to do that. So I am going to erase this. And now my sentence is, because it makes it easier to grab. That is not a full sentence. That is a fragment of a sentence. I am in middle school. I have to answer in complete sentences. So I'm going to add something to the beginning. I don't want to say toilet paper should hang over the roll again, but, oh, I know. I'm going to say doing this, and I'm going to erase that. So now my paragraph, the beginning of my paragraph reads, toilet paper should hang over the roll. Doing this makes it easier to grab. Good job. Now, I'm going back to my directions, and it says support your claim with at least 2 sentences of relevant reasoning. We only have 1, so we can't move on yet. Let me think. What is another reason why toilet paper should hang over the roll and not under the roll? You're right. It also makes it easier to tear if it's over the roll. I'm going to say exactly that. It also makes it easier to tear if it hangs over the roll. Wait a minute. I have the word it 3 times in that sentence. Remember what we said about repeating ourselves. So let's replace one of these words, one of these its, with a different word. It also makes it easier to tear if it hangs over the roll. That's an easy one. I'm going to replace this it with the paper. It also makes it easier to tear if the paper hangs over the roll. There we go. Okay, so now we're moving on to scenario number 2. Oh, by the way, in each of these sections, the first scenario, so scenarios 1, 4, and 6, no, 1, 4, and 7, are just goofy things to get you thinking. Don't really matter. Don't really matter. The middle scenario in each one, so scenarios 2, 5, and 8, are real world arguments that people get into. And that's to show you that you use claims outside of school also. And then the third scenario ties in with social studies. All right, just a little fun thing for us to do. Okay, scenario 2. Imagine you are an adult. You have been offered a job that pays more money, but it means that you have to spend nights at work. Now, there is no explicit question that is being asked here. So we have to put on our middle school brains and we have to think, what is this scenario asking us? What would the question be? That's a good point. Let's read the scenario again. Imagine you are an adult. You have been offered a job that pays more money, but it means that you will have to spend nights at work. So what is this asking us? Yeah, this is asking us, what is more important, money or family? Well, I know my claim. My claim is that family is more important than money. What was that? Why did you go like that? Why'd you smack your head? Because I can't. Oh, go up to the notes, Hawkins. Oh my gosh, I can't start with my claim is. Do you think we can do the same thing and we can just erase that? So my sentence would be, that family is more important than money? Oh, that's a good point. I should get rid of that because that doesn't make sense. So now my claim is, family is more important than money. Is that short and sweet? Does it answer the question? Perfect. Now, our reasoning. I know one reason why family is more important than money is family brings people happiness. Speaking of happiness, you guys know that famous saying, money can't buy happiness. So I'm going to add a transition word. I'm going to say, also, money can't buy happiness. And there we go. We've got it. And then number 3, the last one that we're going to do together before I just start reading them for you. Number 3, archaeologists are people who dig up ancient areas to study history. Should these areas be left alone? So the question that is being asked is, should these areas be left alone? This is a tough one. I am going to say that no, these areas should not be left alone, because there's no way for us to learn history unless we see how people lived and get information from where people actually were. But that's way too much to have in my claim. It has because, it has reasoning in it. We don't want to write all of that. So, what is a short and sweet way that I can answer this question? Should these areas be left alone? Okay, I could say these areas should be left alone. All right, we'll take it. And then our reasoning. So that stuff that I just talked about. I don't want to say these areas again. I'm going to say archaeologists. I feel like it's better for an archaeologist to excavate. That's the vocabulary word for to dig up. I think it's better for archaeologists to excavate these ancient burials, these ancient areas. It's better for archaeologists to do that than it is for like me to do that, because I don't have the knowledge or the education to do that properly. And if I go digging something up, I'm going to use a big shovel and I'm probably going to mess up some artifacts. And that would be very, very sad, because if I mess up the artifacts, then we lose that history. So I'm going to say my reason for thinking these areas should be left alone is that archaeologists are trained to be respectful of these ancient artifacts. And it helps if I spell it right. Artifacts? No, artifacts. Also, we can learn more history from digging up these sites. There we go. Okay, the rest of these you are going to do by yourself, but I am going to read them. Scenario 4, you and your friend are arguing whether a hot dog is a sandwich or not. Now, friends, do I care if you think a hot dog is a sandwich? Do I care if you think a hot dog is not a sandwich? I don't care one way or the other. I really truly don't. The only thing that matters is that you can show me you know how to write a claim. That's all that matters. And you back up your claim with solid, relevant reasoning. Good. Scenario 5. Your mom tells you to do the dishes, but you also need to finish your homework. What is more important? Scenario 6. Recent research shows that Egyptian pyramids were built by the entire community of workers. However, some people still believe only enslaved people worked to build the pyramids. So again, that's not asking a direct question. You have to figure out, what is that asking? Scenario 7. You are an engineer. It is your job to decide whether the robot you are building should have a human-like face, a robotic face, or no face at all. Scenario 8. Should the government pay for people's mental health care? And Scenario 9. The majority of ancient Egyptian artifacts, especially things removed the majority of ancient Egyptian artifacts, especially things removed from Egyptian tombs, are currently in museums around the world. Is this fair? And then Scenario 10, you write your own scenario or question. And then you create your own claim and back it up with reasoning. As always, my wonderful humans, if you need help, please do not hesitate to ask. Be good people, make good choices. Go Vikings.